It's time for my Gear of the Year for 2025, and this is the one where I pick my top 10 favourite items from everything I've reviewed over the past year. These are the things which stood out for me across a range of categories, and this is the gear which I now use, carry or travel with. And if you want to know more about any item featured, there will be a direct link to my original full review in the description down below, along with all the product links I can find. This is the Nitecore EDC37, and it is a very powerful handheld light with a compact and rather flattish form factor. And at 200 grams or 7 ounces, it is pretty weighty, being made from a PVD coated high strength stainless steel. It is though equipped with a substantial belt or pocket clip with a lanyard attachment point, and you do get this lanyard included. There are 2 tactical tail switches, each with a different size and shape, which are easily located in the dark even with gloves on. And if you've ever hunted around for a side switch on a flashlight at night, you will appreciate how useful this can be. And there are 2 reflectors, and they create a broad light output, and within each of these there is a 9 LED array, and these LEDs are switched on selectively to create a spotlight or floodlight. The spotlight has an impressive maximum range of 420 meters from a 3000 lumen output, which Nitecore calls search mode. And for maximum floodlighting, we have an extremely bright 8000 lumen output called Lumen Shield, which is for short bursts only and pretty much turns night into day. And both of these modes can be instantly accessed with a half press or full press of the large tail switch. This means you can quickly spotlight or floodlight an area in a split second and then instantly drop back down to your chosen light level. And you can, if you want, swap the spot or the flood for a strobe instead, but I prefer it as it is. Then we have Nitecore's impressive signature OLED display, and this shows the remaining battery level, the light level and the expected runtime at the different light levels, meaning you can choose the brightness based on how much time you expect to need it for. You can also choose your light level before you switch the light on, which is much more discreet, using a half press of the round tail switch, and in this case I am choosing 100 lumens, and then you switch it on with a full press of that round tail switch. And you can see the runtime I have available at this light level and battery level. Now the lowest light level is 15 lumens and is in fact bright enough to light the way ahead at short range and gives you up to 190 hours on a full charge, and that is over a week of days and nights. In fact, if you were stuck somewhere in the dark, you'd probably die of thirst before your light went out. And that's possible because this has an 8000 mAh battery capacity, which is very impressive, but that does mean the batteries in here are non-replaceable. Another great Nitecore feature is this instant lockout switch to avoid accidental activation in a bag or pocket. We also have USB-C fast charging, and reinforcing the tactical appeal, 4 silicon nitride glass breaker tips, which can be swapped out for normal screws if preferred. Now this light has a relatively low IP54 rating, so it will be happy in the rain, but don't expect to submerge it. In short then, this is a compact, quality, easy to use and super powerful tactical flashlight with great runtimes and Nitecore's brilliant OLED display and excellent lockout switch. And you can expect to pay around £110 in the UK and $140 in the US. I've reviewed a few fidget gadgets this year, and one stood out from the rest, and it is this one here. This is the Choc slider from Lautie, one of the best known names in the fidget world. And this is the one that can always be found on my desk or in my hand during moments of contemplation or concentration. In short, it helps me think, as the 2 halves slide over each other, delivering the sound and feel of a fine tooth ratchet. And there are a few reasons why this particular one stands out for me. It's small and lightweight, making it pocket friendly, and it is of course super satisfying to use, delivering both haptic and audible feedback from the slider mechanism. But at the same time, it's not too loud either, which those around you will appreciate. And you can slide it slowly or quickly, which in itself creates a different feel. And it's customizable too. It's a screwless design with the changeable front face being held in place with magnets. And if I remove that, you can see that the slider is held in place mechanically and cannot be removed without first taking out this magnetic piece here, which contains a spring and ball bearing. And this can be changed for a double spring and 2 ball bearings. And the spring tension can also be changed using different springs, along with the slider plate itself, which can also be changed for one which has a modified tooth pattern along which the ball bearings run. So lots of variables here to create your perfect sound and feel. And you know these things are working when you find them hard to put down, and that's exactly what you have here. It's well made, addictive, and has that added element of customization. And the price is pretty good too, particularly for a quality Lautie item starting at $67, which is around £50. Next up, we have a new item from one of our favourite brands, Ugreen. And I'm pleased to say that Ugreen are the sponsor of this video, so a huge thank you to them for supporting the channel. Now, Ugreen is a brand we trust when it comes to phone charging, and what I have here is Ugreen's latest 10,000 mAh MagSafe power bank, which is part of their new MagFlow range. Now, this power bank, like all the items in the MagFlow range, incorporates their latest 25 watt MagSafe Qi2 wireless fast charging, and this is the fastest wireless charging rate that is currently available, and around 50% faster than the standard 15 watt Qi2 charging rate. And if your phone doesn't yet support this super fast speed, then the MagFlow power bank will simply revert to the maximum rate possible. The power bank is also equipped with an extra strong magnetic grip, not only to ensure perfect charging alignment, but also so you can continue to use your phone with the power bank securely attached and charging. And as you can see, the power bank has a useful carry strap, which also happens to be a built-in USB-C charging cable, so you never forget to have one with you. And this can be used for both charging the power bank and to charge your devices from the power bank. And this is rated at 30 watts in and out, allowing the power bank to be fast charged in around 2 hours, which can be particularly useful if you are constantly on the move. There is also another 30 watt two-way USB-C socket here, which is ideal if you need to use a longer cable. And very usefully, the power bank displays the remaining battery capacity as a percentage along with the charging status. So if your phone supports MagSafe fast wireless charging, then you won't find a faster wireless charging power bank than this one on the market right now. And to find out more and enjoy up to 34% off the list price, then follow the links in the description down below. I'm pleased to say that Victorinox are back at last in my gear of the year, having released not one but 2 new ranges in 2025. This is the companion Slim Alox, and this is not their most capable new release. That would probably go to the Alox Synergy X with its new lock-in blade and pocket clip, but the Slim Alox here is the one which has found its way into my everyday carry, and that is because this tool can go everywhere with me except perhaps through airport security. It's a slim 2-layer Victorinox Alox with the aluminium scales, and that makes it a great fit for my wallet pouch, which comes with me every time I leave the house. And looking at the tool set, you can see we have Victorinox's great scissors, which I wouldn't want to be without, their new package opener and small screwdriver tool, and their very capable large flathead screwdriver, pry bar scraper with bottle opener and wire stripper. What you don't have here though is a knife, and that's why this tool has become part of my everyday carry. Let me explain. Even though a slip joint knife under 3 inches is legal to carry in the UK, it is not allowed in certain places. Places like some public buildings, schools, colleges, universities, public events such as festivals, sporting events and concerts where you are routinely searched, as well as courts, police stations, some public transport, and very often pubs and clubs and bars. But this tool would be fine in all those places, so I can put it in my wallet pouch and simply forget it's there until it's needed. Now, I do usually carry a knife-based multi-tool in my pocket, but I can simply leave it behind when out on a night or visiting those places mentioned, which always still leaves me with the capability of the Slim Alox here, proving that sometimes less is more. And the quality is exceptional, as we've come to expect from Victorinox, and the price is very good too, coming in at around £40 to £50 or dollars. Sometimes an item impresses because it is just so brilliantly executed, making it a pleasure to use, and that is the case with the Pocket Tripod Pro V2 phone stand from Geometrical. It's credit card sized and around 2 credit cards thick, and it's super lightweight at just 12 grams or half an ounce, and I keep it in my wallet pouch for everyday carry. A quick look at the packaging gives an insight into the thought that has gone into this item. It's beautifully presented with detailed instructions, a measuring card to make it easy to select the right inserts, and a selection of 9 insert pairs. So this will outlast your various phone and phone case choices for years to come. And for me, so far, it's adapted to 2 different phones and 4 different cases. It folds into place in an instant, giving you a phone stand on the go when you might otherwise have it awkwardly propped up or laid flat. When traveling, I've found it great for watching movies and YouTube videos, and I've used it for video calls as well as a phone stand on a hotel bedside table. And if you prefer a landscape orientation for movies, the stand separates in 2 when turned through 90 degrees to create 2 individual halves for more stability. And it works as a tripod too for taking selfies or video, and it even incorporates 2 standard 1/4-inch threads for use with a tripod mount. It's precision made, utilising a combination of polymer plastic with a layer of carbon fibre for strength and rigidity, and it comes in a wide range of colours. And I've been using this one now for around 6 months, and it still looks like new. Now the price is around £35 or $45, so not cheap, but when you look at what you get here for the full package and factor in the quality and usability, I think it is easily worth it. Another item which has been a pleasure to use since it was first previewed in our Cool Tools video is the LTT Ratchet Screwdriver, which I compared with my long-term go-to Wera equivalent, and which it beat rather convincingly. And as well as the original black version shown in that video, there is now a frosted transparent version, which I personally like even more. Now what we have here is a screwdriver which is made up of lots of well thought through individual elements which all combine to create a screwdriver that is just really nice to use. The shape fits perfectly in the hand, giving a good comfortable grip, and the nylon and ABS polymer material choice feels good too. The ratchet direction selection feels precise, and the ratchet itself has very little play and very little friction and feels more like a well-made clock mechanism. The knurled shaft is super useful, as you can very quickly screw in a loose screw before any force is required, and then you have the bit holder in the handle, which opens smoothly and closes with a satisfying. There are 12 bits in here, double what you might usually expect, thanks to the wider handle opening and the use of these 20mm bits. In short, what you have here is all the elements found in all the ratchet screwdrivers out there, just done better. As for the price, expect to pay around $70 US or 90 Canadian dollars. LTT are based in Canada and they ship all over the world. And if you like this transparent option, then look out for these 4 new colours, which it seems are on the way. The Leatherman Alpha is, I think I'm safe in saying, the best new multi-tool release of 2025, and it is a fantastic tool. There is a problem though, as highlighted in my full review video where I compare it with the Wave Plus and also the Arc, and that is that the list price of the Alpha at $200 or £230 puts it too close, in my view at least, to Leatherman's flagship Arc, which comes in at $250 or £260, and the Arc has the superior 3 series architecture, so outside accessible tools, single-handed operation, magnetic closure, easier tool selection, and a superior lock-in mechanism, making it easier and nicer to use. If though you ignore Leatherman's self-induced price competition with the Arc and instead just focus on the Wave Alpha as an upgrade to Leatherman's best-selling Wave Plus, then you do begin to appreciate just how good this is. New G10 contoured scales with superior comfort in the hand, a blade made from the super premium MagnaCut steel, scissors which are bigger and better than on just about any other Leatherman you can buy, and a superior reamer or awl. And that is alongside the familiar crosscut file and diamond file, the saw, flathead screwdriver, cum pry bar, eyeglass screwdriver, Leatherman bit driver, and bottle opener, can opener with wire stripper, and of course the needle nose pliers with replaceable hardwire cutters. The Wave Alpha is for sure a great tool in its own right and a significant step up from the Wave Plus, and a worthy addition to my gear of the year. Sometimes I find myself testing an item but have yet to find a suitable video content fit, and yet it performs so well it deserves a place in my gear of the year, and this is one such item. This is the RAB Phantom Jacket, and as far as I can tell, at 116 grams or 4 ounces, this is the lightest full zip waterproof jacket there is. And in my efforts to always solo travel with one bag carry, I'm always on the lookout for super lightweight and super compact essential gear, and I felt a waterproof jacket would be something I would pretty much always want to travel with, and I've had this now for 9 months and it has performed brilliantly well. I had it with me at a music festival recently when the weather was unpredictable and I didn't want to carry a heavy or bulky rain jacket all day, so the RAB jacket was ideal. And the same was true on a recent holiday which involved lots of walking, when every ounce of weight could be felt over the course of the day, and again the weather could suddenly shift from bright sun to rain. The RAB Phantom uses a 7D Pertex shield, 2.5 layer construction with a fluorocarbon free water resistant coating, and all that results in a hydrostatic head of 20,000 millimeters, and that means it's very waterproof, and it's also highly breathable too, and it's not easy to have both. The material is extremely thin, as you can see, but it does seem durable enough for general use, and I've had no wear issues so far. And despite being stripped back to keep the weight down, it still manages to have a part elasticated hem and elasticated cuffs and an elasticated and vented hood. And as well as being lightweight, it is super packable too, packing away into a pocket in the hood. So not a heavy duty rain jacket, but a waterproof, breathable, packable, zip upable and super carryable keep me dry jacket, making this ideal for one bag and super fast and light travel. And I see it was recently given an Outdoor Industry Award. It's available in this light zinc colour and also a Maya blue, and the list price is £175 or $200. Now, I've tested a lot of wallet friendly Find My trackers over the year, and my favourite is the one I'm carrying now in my wallet pouch, and it is this one, the InCard from Seinxon. For a start, the same card can work with both iPhone and Android. It connects with your chosen system when you set it up. Also, it's the thinnest I've tested at just 1.7 millimeters thick, and it's the lightest too at just 13 grams or less than half an ounce. It's also the most discreet I've seen. It doesn't shout tracker, and it could easily be a hotel room card or building access card, and therefore it is less likely to be instantly discarded if someone has taken your wallet, giving you a better chance of tracking it down. It's also very loud at 80 decibels and fully waterproof too. Now, this one is not rechargeable. It has a single-use battery, and that would usually be a drawback. However, the battery in this one can last for up to 5 years, and that then has some real benefits. For a start, there's no proprietary charging cable needed, something which I always avoid, and those which offer wireless charging, which I do generally like, require you to already own a Qi wireless charger, and the trackers are, in my experience to date, a bit thicker, and the battery life between charges is often more like 6 months, which does create a bit of added friction in use. This InCard, in contrast, can be put to use and pretty much forgotten about for 5 years, which I really like, and you can still see the battery level on the phone app, which will also give you a warning when the battery is running low and this needs replacing, after which time I imagine I will be pretty happy that I've had my money's worth. And with that in mind, the price for this is very good too. Available from the Seinxon website for £20 in the UK and $25 in the US. And I have a link from Seinxon which should trigger a further 20% discount. And they also offer low cost shipping all over the world. Now I'm sure next year will bring some new innovations in this market, but for me right now this is the one. This next item was featured in my 2025 Everyday Carry car kit video and continues to provide peace of mind as part of that kit. It is the Nebo Assist Air, and this box of tricks performs 2 vital functions and 2 very useful ones. First, this is a jump starter, and for old schoolers like me who think there is no way this thing will jump start a car and what you really need is a giant pair of jump leads and another car revving its engine, then you will also, like me, be surprised by this because it works amazingly well. Just connect the leads, press the button, and when the green light stops flashing, start your engine. It uses a 15,000 mAh battery to build up a 12 volt high current surge, which is enough to start a 4 litre diesel engine or up to an 8 litre petrol engine. Flat battery, peace of mind sorted. Then this also has an air compressor built in to inflate your tyres. Now normally a standalone air compressor like this one would have a battery capacity of around 5,000 to 7,500 mAh, but because this one already has a 15,000 mAh battery built in, so 2 or 3 times more for the jump start feature, that battery is going to last longer when it comes to blowing up tyres. So combining the compressor and the jump starter brings with it real benefits, assuming of course you're not unlucky enough to need to blow up all your tyres and then have to jump start your car. Combining these features also creates a more compact solution and means you only have to keep one device charged. It's also super simple to use. Just select the air button and the unit of measurement and then the required pressure, and then press the air button again and it will start to blow up your tyres, and then it will stop when it gets to the required pressure. Then we have the 2 useful additional functions. One is a light which will help with jump starting or tyre inflating in the dark, but could also be used as a simple area light if needed, and it also has a red light which can be used as a warning light. And it's worth noting that the light in here comes on with a quick press of the switch, so to avoid a flat battery you do need to be a bit careful that the switch can't be accidentally knocked. The second additional feature is that this will also function as a 15,000 mAh power bank, again benefiting from that large battery, with both USB-A and C outputs, and which will charge phones and other devices if you get stranded. The Air Assist comes with lots of extras, including various compressor fittings, a travel USB-C mains charger and a car 12 volt charger, and the overall finish and quality seems great. And when it comes to the price, you can expect to pay around £150 or dollars. And then we have my favourite small flashlight or torch of 2025, which is this one here, the Tiny 3, once again from Nitecore. And don't let the size fool you, because this thing is feature packed. Apart from the size, and it really is tiny, this is extremely lightweight too, at only 21 grams or 3/4 of an ounce. Looking around the light, the construction is aluminium. There is a double LED lens array which gives a broad diffused light. We also have USB-C charging, 2 push switches and a keyring loop at the base. We also have Nitecore's fantastic OLED display, even on a light this small. It's easy to read and it shows the battery level, light level and the remaining runtime at each chosen brightness. It really is a game changer to know the expected remaining runtime of a light. Now there are 4 main light levels from 1 lumen to 200 lumens, and you can select those before switching the flashlight on, and there is an instant access turbo mode for short 600 lumen bursts, which is really bright at this size. And that 1 lumen moonlight level has a runtime of 85 hours on a full charge, which is pretty impressive. Then something new, the option to switch the light color from a cool white to a neutral white to a warm white with a simple simultaneous press of the 2 switches. Warm is more relaxing, neutral is for general use, and cool white for maximum visibility, and the display confirms your selection. There is also a full lockout mode to prevent accidental activation, and a partial lockout mode which still allows instant access to that turbo. All in all, an incredible achievement in such a small light and a worthy addition to my gear of the year. And as for the price, well, expect to pay around £40 or dollars. Not cheap, but it is great. And there we have it for this year's top 10 gear of the year. And if you just missed my top 10 budget focused gear of the year selection, I'll put that on screen right now. Let me know in the comments what you think, and thank you as always for watching.